Hi everyone. Are you a mom that wonders what are the real true benefits of having boundaries around my adult child or having boundaries in my life? So I want to talk on that subject today because that's a question I also get asked a lot around this subject. So for those of you that are new here to my channel, I just want to welcome you. My name is Sally Harris, and I am a mom who walked a difficult road with my own daughter for over 10 years. And while her life spiraled, so did mine. And I promise you, it does not have to be that way. Boundaries is one of those things that is so crucial. It really is probably the number one thing that I would recommend someone to do, because without them, it's complete chaos. And so I have some tips for you today on like why they're so important and what are the benefits. The first one is really for your child in regards to helping them understand what behavior is acceptable, what you're going to tolerate, and what is non-negotiable. So maybe you have an adult child living in your home, and maybe there are some drugs or alcohol, something going on that you're not approving of, and it's your home, so you're trying to set these boundaries for that. Or a myriad of other things. That's just an example. But that is something that you would do to, you'd create that boundary. The benefit is letting them know, clear and simple, very concise. This is what's tolerated in this home if you want to stay here, and this is what's not. Very fair, very fair. The second one is it reduces stress. It reduces stress for both of you. Now, they may not admit that, but it does reduce stress because it helps you be able to focus on other things besides always being triggered and always being in the moment with your stress. Because when you're dealing with defiant behavior, it's one of those things that, it's going to ebb and flow, right? Things may be good for a week or so, and then things pop up. And so your stress level is you're on this roller coaster constantly. So that is another great benefit of having boundaries. The third one is you're encouraging responsibility. I believe that's our job as a mom, is to encourage responsibility, whether your child is defiant or not, right? That's our job. Our job is to love them and encourage them and teach them how to be responsible. Obviously, they're going to choose their way, and they are definitely going to maybe take their own path. You and I both know that happens. But this will help them become more self-sufficient and maybe even have a little more confidence to know that they can do things in life, right? Because many of our kids are struggling with that. They're struggling with thinking that they're not good enough, or thinking that they're too far gone, or just a myriad of things. So I want you to keep that in mind. Next is better communication. That is 100% what I see in regards to that, because you're going to have better communication with your child when you're not constantly focusing on what I call the elephant in the room, right? You both know what you are at odds about. And if all you're talking about is the boundaries, or I should say the topic where you have a lack of boundary, that is where your communication is very troubled, right? Very toxic. And so if you can focus on other things, the boundaries are clear, they're set, everyone knows what's expected, you don't really have to talk about them anymore. They're there. Everybody's in agreement, whether they like it or not. I'm not saying they're going to be like, oh, sure, Mom, it's great. I love your boundaries. But at the end of the day, it's your home. We're talking about adult children here. We're not talking about 15-year-olds. So, but this better communication is going to be just a blessing in disguise when you handle it this way. And lastly, and most importantly, is improve self-care for you, the mom. Because this is something that when you're constantly in chaos and you're constantly ebbing and flowing and on this roller coaster with them, with your relationship, with the communication and just all the things, when you are focusing on you in regards to making sure that you are taken care of, you're going to respond a lot healthier to everyone in your life, not just your kids, your husband, coworkers, friends, all of that. So taking better care of yourself, taking the time to take better care of yourself is something that so many moms lack because we're so busy focusing on our child and how to fix them and trying to have control that we lose sight of all that. So I just want to let you know that those tips, and rewatch this video if you need to, but those are the top 5 tips that I have for you on boundaries and what the benefits are. So for those of you that are new here to my channel, or maybe you've been here a while and we've never had a discovery call, the link will be below. It's a 30-minute discovery call where this is for moms who are ready to make changes. Maybe you need help creating those boundaries. Maybe you need more help with the whole self-care aspect. You need a group of other moms that can empathize with you. And that is something that I offer. So that's something that I talk about with the moms that do the discovery call. And we kind of walk through what the best options for your specific situation would be. So if that's you, you can click the link below and set up a 30-minute call with me from the calendar. And I'll talk to you soon. Thanks.